Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create an outdoor balloon arch, and I'll be sharing my top tips to help minimise the risk of your balloons popping when you're creating outdoor balloon decor. I'll be including links to everything I use in this video in the description below, so no matter what country you're in, you should be able to follow that link and get access to those products. I do most of my inflation for my local jobs in a different room, but this is basically the setup that I have. I have my table, I have my digital inflator, and I have my digital inflator on a stand. So in the same way that if you're using a computer screen and you might need that computer screen raising a little bit, that's what I do here with this stand for my inflator. So I was finding that I was getting quite a bit of neck pain because I was looking down quite a lot when I was preparing my balloons, and I found that this stand has really helped alleviate the neck pain that I was getting. I've also got my digital inflator. So this inflator sizes balloons to a consistent size. So if you want to size two balloons to the same size, you can program the settings, hit the button or the foot pedal if you prefer, and then you'll get the balloons sized to the same size. If you haven't got one of these, and by the way, I have got a review of this pump, which I believe is the most affordable digital balloon inflator available. It's certainly the most affordable that I've found, and I've been so impressed with it that I've actually bought two of these, because I do think the prices of them will go up once people find out about them. So you will see me using these in the videos quite a lot, and I find it so easy to use and so very, very quick. If you haven't got a digital pump to size your balloons to the same size, then you will need to use a sizing box. So inflate with an electric pump and then find the slot that you want and size your balloons to that size. But I'm going to demonstrate using this pump. The other key piece of equipment that I use when I'm preparing my balloon arches or inflating lots of other balloons is my pop-up cube. So I'll show you this in action, and I may very well regret opening this on camera, because this is huge and it kind of has a life of its own. But it is absolutely great for when you've got a lot of balloons to inflate and you need to put them somewhere, because if you're putting them on the floor, it doesn't matter how clean your floor is, the balloons, because of the static and the balloons will pick up bits of lint, bits of carpet fibres, cat hairs if you've got them. Okay, here goes. So there you go, that's the pop-up cube, and I can get about 150 balloons sized to 8 inches into this cube. So I can just keep inflating, tying and sending them into there, and then I can bag them up. One of the great things about this particular balloon inflator is that you can program the outlets to be independent of one another. Today I happen to want to size both balloons to the same size, so I will set each outlet for the same size. I'm inflating to 8 inches. I also really like how quick this machine is to inflate. Just tie your balloons together. Okay. There are a couple of things that you have to be careful with this machine, and that is, first of all, when you put your balloon onto the nozzle, you need to put it down to this ridge here on both sides. So if you are slightly out of line on one side, then that can affect the size of your balloons. For quite a while, I didn't realise what these pink knobs were for, and they are kind of fine-tuning the outlets. So when you move them, the digital display changes slightly. So what you need to do is make sure that you set each outlet to the same number. Otherwise, again, you will get different size balloons. When you're preparing balloons for outdoor use, there's only so much that you can do to help prevent poppage when the balloons are outside. We're enjoying really nice weather at the moment, so I know that outdoors it's going to be very hot, and I also know that that will cause the air inside the balloon to expand. That's going to stretch the latex of the balloon more, and it's going to increase the chances that this balloon will pop. However, I'm using 11-inch balloons and I have sized them to 8 inches. So I'm allowing a little bit of room for expansion. So all being well, if this balloon expands in size, then it should be okay for outdoor use. The other thing is this is a light colour. So lighter colours fare much better outdoors than darker colours. The downside is that for this design, the colours are yellow and black. And so the black balloons will absorb heat much more readily than a lighter colour. The darker colour the balloon is, the more readily it absorbs heat. But what you can do is intersperse the black balloons with the yellow balloons. So the design that I've come up with for this particular arch, it's not going to be a spiral. I'm going to stack one colour on top of the other, and that's just going to help with the heat distribution. So if you've got your black balloons sandwiched in between two sets of yellow balloons, then that's just going to help with the heat absorption. So there are a few things that you can do when you're preparing your balloons and designing your decor for outdoor use. I transport my balloons for arches as duplets just because I find I can pack them more easily and they fit into my van more easily. But when you're on site, you need to get your duplets together and just push them together, wrap one round the other and form a cluster of 4. So we're going to imagine that this is one side of your arch. Take your first cluster, part the balloons and just fit them onto the arch, and then move one balloon over the top of the other and just press down lightly. Take your next cluster of 4, part the balloons and just fit them onto the pole lightly, and then move one balloon over the other, and as you're pressing down, then position the black balloons so that they are in between 2 of the yellow ones, and then just press down lightly. Take another cluster of 4, fit them onto the pole, pass one balloon over the other, and then as you push them down into position so that one of the yellow ones is between 2 of the black ones, and just push down. And whatever colour you start your arch with, wherever possible, try and finish on the other side of the arch with the same colour. So if you start with yellow, try and finish with yellow as your last cluster of 4 on the other side. That will just help your arch look visually balanced. When I've inflated all my balloons, I put them into these party bags for transporting in my van. So that's going to help keep the balloons clean. The plastic bags will help keep the static down, so they minimise the static and therefore the chances of your balloons popping. And they've got these little air holes as well. So they're going to allow your balloons to breathe a little bit. They're not going to sweat in the bags. If you can't get these plastic bags, and some people use refuse sacks, which I don't think look good at all. As a professional, if you're showing us up at a job with your balloons in refuse sacks, then that's not really saying the right thing about you as a brand. You know, the association is refuse sack rubbish. That's how it is in my mind. So I always like to use these plastic bags. The other thing you can use, if you can't get these, is you could use a clean duvet cover. And you can put your balloons in there as well. So those are a couple of options for you. So let's go outside and create this arch.